Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Cryptic Haunting Paranormal Society, CHPS, presents. For tonight, I am Blair, your host and producer of the show, but tonight we are presenting our
Episode 1 series of the Midnight Monologue podcast for you guys. And tonight's episode is going to talk about what we've experienced as far as paranormal stuff that got us into pretty much anything paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
And starting with me, so what got me into it is my hometown of Faribault, where we have a lot of different things going on. We got different things going on. We got Hell's Tunnel. We have the state hospital out there. There's locations out there that I've experienced with friends that we started our own paranormal group, kind of. We didn't do a whole lot, but we experienced quite a bit of stuff. And one of those experiences was, it's on a gravel road. Used to be called the state hospital. They called it the mental institution is where they kept, but it wasn't really a mental institution. I think it was more like the farmland where they kept stuff, storage stuff. And on the outskirts of this, it actually, one night we were out there, and I happened to see the craziest stuff ever. I saw a portal. And I'm being serious about this. I saw a portal, I saw guards, I even seen a white light of like a phantom or something, like a ghost, and it was being chased. Yeah. It was being chased by this thing, yeah. And then my buddies are like, we need to go, and I'm like, yes. We ended up going. We went back to his place, and we had some crazy stuff going on, and it got really bad. It got the worst. Like lights, everything went out. Buddy ended up, I think, getting possessed a little bit, but he came out of it. They ended up having to take me home, or I drove myself home, and they followed me home. They made sure I made it okay. And pretty much what happened, we actually had stuff following us. We had a bunch of things. They were flying over. It was intense. I've had more stuff than that, but I mean, as far as paranormal experiences, that's probably one of my biggest things I had. That happened. It's like right on the outskirts of Faribault. It's it's not County Road 45. I can tell you that much. But it's a gravel road, and there's two ways you can get to it. You can take one way, going to Otana and taking the gravel road, or you take a back way up into it. But it's very interesting for me. So for state hospital stuff too. And then Hell's Tunnel was another experience with another buddy and somebody else. We went down, and I mean the tunnel, I mean it's not even, I can't even call it Hell's Tunnel anymore. If I took a picture of it and I showed it to you, it's just a normal tunnel because they put lights in it. It's in Tipitonka, so anybody that is Faribault that would know this. Tipitonka is a park that floods pretty much after every winter. It gets really bad. Times where it doesn't, but you cross a bridge and it's a trail, and the tunnel is just covered in graffiti. Go through it. The tunnel almost like never endless. And then across the railroad tracks is the children's cemetery for the state hospital, it was crazy. One night we were out there. I was with a buddy, and went through the tunnel and looked up in the tree lines and actually saw beady red eyes. They were dashing from everywhere. And then across the railroad tracks, actually like spirits, like kids' spirits were trying to come over and surround all of us. It was insane.
That's crazy. Wow.
It's remarkable on stuff that can happen. And then what about you, Blair?
Well, I would probably have to say there's let's see where we were before for our investigations.
I went to Frankfurt Cemetery.
Frankfurt. Cemetery, we had some encounters there, I remember, and then the place in Rochester, Rochester here, we had some encounters here as well and everything, so that was kind of scary too a little bit.
What,
But it was
what
also-
about outside of that for you? Have you experienced anything prior to what we've investigated or in general?
Other than that, probably not at the moment.
Okay. I know, yeah. I would definitely like to get you and the rest of the gang out to Deadwood, South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Deadwood, South Dakota was intense. That was I went to Deadwood. It was very good. So if you go onto our TikTok page, you can actually view some of the photos that I posted on there, and it's insane. Especially with my wife. My wife went and my mom went as well, and we went to this ghost tour, and it was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know they had different times you could go.
Yeah.
So the very first day we went, when we ended up in Deadwood, we went there. It was still daylight out, so we're like, okay, and there wasn't very many of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we ended up doing everything was fine. We got a bunch of pictures, and then after it was all done, we seen another group, and we're like, wait, there's a second tour, and the tour person's like, yeah, we usually do 2 tours. We do one early, and then we do one later on. Well, after the first one, we really wanted to go for the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. But we didn't get a chance to, so we ended up talking with some people that we met. They're from North Dakota.
Yeah.
And right away after going through with the first we did the tour, we were going through photos, and we just hit it off. It's like we knew them. Like, you know when you get that feeling that you know somebody, and it's been a long time since you actually knew them.
Yep.
And then you get reacquainted.
Oh,
That's what
yes.
they kind of felt. They kind of felt like that, but they felt like family because just out of the blue with the stuff, and we became really good friends. And we were all outside at the point when the second tour was going on, and we're outside. We're taking photos outside the building to see if we see anything, and we were catching weird stuff. And we saw the tour going through because they would stop at the window, look out the windows.
Yep.
Down at us. We're like, hey. Over here, and there's something over here.
Yeah.
And they're like, just kind of continued on, and then we were taking a bunch of photos, we're going through stuff, and we're like, look at that, look at this, look at that. And then the tour lady came out, and we're like, hey, we're seeing a bunch of stuff going on out here, and she's like, really? We showed her a bunch of photos, and she wanted stuff and everything, sent to her so she could show, because she's got a bunch of photos from her previous tours, people have experienced there. It used to be a brothel.
Yep.
The Fairmont Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
So, in Deadwood. And it was crazy that we experienced it. She's like, okay, I'll take 3 of you back in, or 4 of you back in. I was one of the people along with the friends. Their names are Mike and Zach. They're also part of the team. You guys haven't got a chance to meet them yet, but it's going to happen very soon because Zach is graduating from college, and he's going to have time, hopefully, to join us on a couple investigations and whatnot, so he's looking forward to it. They're both looking forward to it. And they're going to produce some content for you guys as well. So we're going through, and we're hearing stuff, and as soon as she's like, hey, you gotta hurry up, we gotta go. We didn't get another full tour of it. We ended up looking inside, taking a couple pictures, and as soon as we were leaving, we heard an eerie voice that said, "Get out!" And it was insane. And then Brandy was going through her photos, and she actually caught a spirit of a little I standing next to my mom, which was insane. I think that picture might be posted in the group chat, and not the group chat, but the TikTok page. If not, I'll definitely see if I can find the photo. I'll have her post it and whatnot. But I mean, as far as this, the paranormal experience stuff that we all go through. I mean, this is the first episode for you guys, which in a sense, there's more to come. There's going to be more episodes.
Yep.
Pretty much this is just an introduction as far as stuff I've experienced and then stuff that Blair's experienced. We still got, excuse me, we got Brandy, who will be doing hers. We're going to have a special guest, which is somebody that is close with Blair right now. We'll have Lacey's as well. We're going to have her daughters, and we're going to have her daughter's cousin, which is Lacey's niece. So we got a bunch of stuff coming for you guys, experiences we've all had. I mean, Lacey's got the 12 years experience prior of being an investigator. So definitely got some stuff coming, and hopefully this podcast is something that's going to continue onwards into the future. I've already talked to Lacey. She's already got a design planned for the background for our Midnight Monologue series. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be kind of cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Let's see, what else? What else do we got? There is one more thing, too. One more thing I was talking to Lacey about this. So I was going through pretty much the old footage, stuff on TikTok. So, I don't think everybody knows, because we've had some people in the live, not many people. We haven't gone to at hundreds people like we did when we did our investigations. But Dan and Cadence are no longer part of the group. We mentioned it earlier when we gone live, when we did a Q&A about a month ago. Was it about a month?
Yep.
So we had Lacey here. We were going through a bunch of stuff. We were showing you guys stuff on live of everything that's going to be posted on TikTok. It'll get posted on YouTube. We went Facebook Live as well. And everything. But definitely, so I was talking to Lacey. I'm like, hey, we should redo an intro video. I told her, I said, I'm not gonna get rid of the stuff with that had Dan and Cadence in it, because they were part of that stuff. I don't want to ruin that. But moving forward, because me being leader now, Lacey second in command with Randy as well, second in command, and got the host and producer here, and then we got the junior investigators, and then we got Mike and Zach. We got a few others lined up for you as well.
Which will be fun,
Especially having some investigations, planned in the future. Right now everybody's kind of working, so we're trying our best to get you guys the content that you want and get videos posted. So this will be one of them. They'll get posted to TikTok, hopefully, or YouTube. But, so, I think everything's good. So, as far as right now...
But thank you, everybody, for joining us here today for episode 1 here of the Midnight Monologue.
You guys have a great night. You stay safe, and we'll catch you around the flip-flop.